Hello everyone. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. I know I'm always doing gaming and it's going to be a little bit of harping on YouTube just a little bit, but not for the reason you think. Today I kind of wanted to talk about why are so many of our favorite YouTubers leaving YouTube. People like Matt, Pat, and several others have been basically just quitting the platform. And a lot of it has to do with just the massive grind culture that is YouTube. YouTube has become an inhospitable place for creators of every stripe and color. Now, I'm gonna hold the cat while I do this. Basically, Matt Pat, for example, he and his wife basically are stepping down from their channels because unfortunately they can't do anything else. They've basically been stuck doing nothing but thinking of the next theory, the next idea over and over again. And while members of their team will be taking over the channels, it does show just how bad YouTube has really gotten. Even channels with full-on teams cannot keep up with the grind required to just stay relevant. And the question then becomes, is it really because people are just not interested in these channels? I'd arguably say no. Consider the fact that when MatPat announced that he was leaving, all of the internet has been in an uproar, an absolute mourning fest of game theory dying essentially as MatPat steps down and hands over the torch. It's not that people aren't interested in these YouTubers anymore. It's the YouTubers are being pushed in such a direction that it's literally killing their family life. It's killing their minds, their hearts, their health. We are seeing content creators basically remove themselves from the life pool because of just sheer amount of stress. Now, part of this is, of course, the stresses of being a content creator, no cap. Other cases, it's basically the huge amount of harassment that sometimes happens on the internet. Where the old case where a few people make it to where no one can have anything nice. It's kind of how that works on the internet, it seems. Where content creators like JoeCat get bullied off the internet because they make a video that a few people just didn't like for whatever stupid reason. To the point of literally harassing their friends, their family, everyone around them. People making threatening calls to their work or to their jobs. People being basically thrown off this platform, both by toxic individuals and YouTube itself. Content creators that have been on this platform for a very long time have started reporting in some cases that their videos aren't even being suggested to new audiences, let alone being seen. Without their loyal few good people that always check on them on a constant basis, they wouldn't even have any views. They're facing financial problems, financial discovery and issues because of the fact that they're just not able to get the thousands of views required or the watch time required to pay the bills. It's gotten that bad. It's getting even worse. And as a creator myself, as a content creator who's trying to make this my life, trying his best to try and build my channel, I can definitely agree that, yeah, it's a nightmare. Even with me putting out a video every single day, even with me doing everything I can to try and bring variety to my channel, it doesn't matter. In fact, weirdly enough, recently we had a situation where during my challenge where I said, hey, if we got to 20,000 subscribers or more, I would build the Lego Bugatti Bolide. We managed to get up to 20,000 subscribers. And during that time period, we could get somewhere around 400 views a video. But now I can barely get around 10, 20, 30, depending on what the video is, especially if it's a gaming video. I barely manage to get anywhere on the platform. And it's not just me. Small creators like my buddy Treblowski, who is constantly doing variety, whether it's new puppet skits or any number of things, he's constantly tearing his hair out because he's basically believing that certain characters on his show are just not loved because the videos just don't do well. They'll do well for one video and then do terribly the next, which is literally driving him insane. It's hard to be able to tell, even as a small creator, as you're trying to grow, what your audience wants, because consistency is not there. There's no consistency as to what videos people like and what videos they don't. And YouTube very well could help fix this. They know that this is a problem. They just don't care. And it begs the question as to why. What is the point? Why are they just watching their talent basically burn out and leave, full well knowing that once these talents leave, they'll end up like Netflix? For those of you not familiar, when Netflix came around and everybody loved it, it was the newest, shiniest thing. It had exclusive shows that made everybody interested in watching it. But since the streaming wars, Netflix is barely a footnote. It hasn't had anything worth watching in well over a decade, with the exception of maybe cyberpunk edge runners. It's really not that exciting, and barely anybody cares about it, aside from the odd nonsense that they try to pull, like trying to charge people extra money for having their account signed on multiple parts of their house, or signing into their accounts at the Airbnb or what have you. Ridiculous nonsense, pretty much. That has cost them even more money, as people have just straight up left them. YouTube seems to be determined almost to Netflix itself, burning out all of its creators, all of its independent content that people really love, and come back to the platform over and over again. Whether it's through censorship that makes absolutely no sense. For example, YouTube is trying to censor words and curses and anime and anime ladies, even though not only is that something that, you know, kind of helped make the platform, but their level of censorship is worse than even daytime television, even cable TV. They're censoring things that would be not only allowed on cable TV, but then also allowing it in ads by these studios and by very scammy games. They literally are posting ads for games that are scammy as hell. I know we've all seen them. The ads for the games that don't actually play like that, or just recently added the feature because people continued to call them out on the false advertisement. Or incredibly scammy, very, very questionable Wish knockoff series like Temo, where basically there's federal investigation as to whether Temo is literally selling their customer data to the Chinese government. It's like, what are they doing? Basically, these creators are just... And how does this all mix into my massive rant into why creators are leaving? It's just that. Creators are having a hard time just creating anything. It's hard to be able to even make a video for YouTube anymore, let alone do anything on the platform. In fact, you could literally do nothing wrong and be punished. There are just simple Minecraft YouTubers that are just doing their thing and then suddenly find their entire channel demonetized for nothing. YouTube will literally not even work with them about it. They won't tell you what rule you broke. They won't tell you anything about what's going on or work with you at all. And YouTube is supposed to be our partner. They're supposed to help us out. They're supposed to be our partners, our business pals that are sitting there at our side. They're supposed to be on our side. And yet they're not. And it's causing many YouTubers to just leave. And they don't have a choice. They have to protect themselves. They can't just allow YouTube to basically destroy their lives because of the non-censory of the company itself. Now, hopefully, we'll see maybe Matt Pat return. Maybe we'll see some of these people return once they've had a chance to cool off, but there's no guarantee of that ever happening. There's no guarantee that these YouTubers will ever come back. And honestly, and I almost say they shouldn't. If anything, if they do want to come back to social media, maybe wait until Elon Musk brings more long-form videos to X, or go to Rumble, where there seems to be a lot less problems than here on YouTube. At least until YouTube actually goes, holy crap, let's fix this. Because their current stance seems to treat their partners like we're enemies. Like we're the devil and they're trying to exorcise us off the platform. It's not good for them to be doing that. It's not good for anybody. Not YouTube, not us. And it's driving content creators absolutely bonkers. It's very hard, especially for someone like me who is trying to make this their living, who is trying to build an audience and get out there, when it feels like I'm literally having to fight YouTube, the platform, to get anywhere. And it does feel a little bit like whenever I make this kind of video that YouTube goes out to punish me. But the problem is, if that's the case, by trying to punish me, they're literally proving what I'm just saying. If anything, as ironic as it may sound, they'd actually probably be better by just blowing my channel up into a massive giant. A, it would shut me up because I'd be too busy making content. But B, because literally it would make me look like a whiny POS. Whereas now I have an almost 20,000 subscriber channel, and yet none of my subscribers seem to get notified. Nothing seems to go on. And that's a problem that a lot of channels are having. I hope Matt Pat and his family and everybody else that has left YouTube hope finds some level of peace. I really do. I hope that there will be hopefully some more protections, especially for content creators that have been essentially forced off the platform. It shouldn't be as easy as it is, essentially, to be able to find their homes or be able to find out who's related to them so that they get harassed to death. There is an obligation here, not only for YouTube as a company to try and support these creators better, but for them to really look at what's going on their platform. Until then, all I can say to you guys is please, please keep supporting your content creators. Keep supporting content creators that you know, that you love, and that you care about. Whether they're big, small, medium, large, it doesn't matter. If it's a couple thousand subs or 2 million, please check in on them. Make sure that you're not missing any content. Make sure to see what's going on. Because they might have been making content and you probably don't even know what's going on. Moreover, because of the fact that YouTube has literally been pushing shorts, it's actually made grinding that much worse. As these poor people are now being forced to make 10, 20 shorts a day just to be able to keep up with the algorithm. So, I hope you guys do all right, and I hope to see you in the next video. Hopefully, I'll have more gaming involved, or reaction, or who knows. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Stay safe, my friends.